Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those that I do not know, I'm Kelly Warfel, the Public Affairs Officer for Naval Station Norfolk. Today we have with us Captain David Dees, Naval Station Norfolk Commanding Officer, Captain Jennifer Stockwell, Deputy Commander, Coast Guard Sector Virginia, Miss Stephanie Ramsey, Battalion Chief and Public Information Officer for Norfolk Fire and Rescue, Tony Sickle, Naval Station Norfolk Fire Chief, and Miss Jolene Price Thompson, who's with City Cruises aboard the Spirit of Norfolk. So we will begin. Captain Dees will provide some quick remarks. We will open it to questions, and Miss Price Thompson will close it out with a statement.
When you all do, just step up, say and spell your name for us in ranks so we don't get them wrong later.
All right, no problem. Good afternoon, I'm Captain David Dees, Commanding Officer, Naval Station Norfolk. First, welcome, thank you for being here today. Roughly 12:08 today, we received a call, or our tugs, our waterfront operations center received a call of an emergency on board the Spirit of Norfolk. Around that same time, 2 tugs were dispatched responding to that emergency, along with the Victory Rover, who promptly took off approximately 106 passengers off the Spirit of Norfolk, where a fire had broken out. Our 2 tugs also responded and aided in that response, and continue to provide response to that till this point, providing firefighting response and additionally basically guiding that ship to the pier here. That ship is now currently moored at Pier 4 at Naval Station Norfolk, where we brought it in order to ensure that we could get off the remaining passengers and crew member in this case, as well as fight that fire. Before I turn it over to Chief Sickle to talk about actually fighting the fire, I will say there was an incredible partnership with our city partners, as well as our internal Navy family. Initial response was from those tugs that we've trained up in tugboat and firefighting. In addition, we had our Navy Fire and Emergency Response Team responding, both locally from Naval Station Norfolk as well as Sonoma. In addition to that, throughout the entire Hampton Roads region, we saw an incredible partnership with all the cities, led primarily by Norfolk, but Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, Newport News, and really all the cities aiding in the response of this emergency. We are incredibly fortunate today, but most of that happened due to incredible training and response by a joint team. As before we speak about to the actual fire, I'll hand it over to Chief Sickle.
Hi, name is Tony Sickle, T-O-N-Y, last name Sickle, S-I-C-K-E-L-L. I am the Installation Fire Chief for Naval Station Norfolk.
Rank?
Fire Chief.
Fire Chief.
So, as you can see, we stand ready to support our community as seen here today by this incident. We work very closely with all of our mutual aid partners from the City of Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Newport News, Hampton, and so on, and all of the naval bases in the Hampton Roads area. And each one of those that I just named played a role in today's response and are still on scene helping to try to mitigate this incident. Thank you.
City of Norfolk Fire. We'll talk Coast Guard response.
Hi there, I'm Battalion Chief Stephanie Ramsey. I'm with Norfolk Fire Rescue. I'm the PIO and hiring recruiting officer for Norfolk. We've been on scene throughout the day assisting with efforts, extinguishing efforts to assist Navy region fire. And still here. It'll be a little while, but it was an amazing effort by both Navy and the Spirit of Norfolk crews to safely rescue those passengers today. So.
Good afternoon. I'm Captain Jennifer Stockwell. Stockwell is S-T-O-C-K-W-E-L-L. I'm the Deputy Commander at Coast Guard Sector Virginia. I just want to say we're exceptionally fortunate that we saved all lives, really in no small part to the Navy. They responded immediately when there was a call for help, and we stand today with, while we're still combating an active fire, we can say that that every life was saved today. So we are continuing to fight an active fire on board the vessel. Vessel fires are extremely complicated. We cannot continue just to put water on the vessel, or we risk the risk of either capsizing the vessel or sinking. So we are actively working through a salvage and firefighting plan, but we have to be very deliberate to make sure that we're safeguard the environment as well as the vessel. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions?
We will, but I didn't know if she wanted to say something first, or...
We're going to wait till the end for her statement.
Can you talk about the teamwork you guys do? I was surprised to see in the air, see Navy, Coast Guard, Fire,
sure.
Every everybody was out there helping. Tugs, everybody was out there helping this civilian boat. But
Sure, it's not that it was a civilian boat; it was a vessel in need. And today, particularly, it was a vessel with 106 passengers, a lot of them that were school children. We train to this each and every day. While we might not do drills each and every day, but our mutual aid and partnership didn't begin today. It began years ago. We respond regularly to fires out in town, and we expect and see that partnership back from the cities. So this partnership didn't start today. It's trained to each and every day through large drills, through actions, and the same thing happens with the Coast Guard. This isn't the first time we're meeting as a team. This is simply another incident that we're responding together as a unit.
how were y'all able to get the passengers off so quickly? What was done?
So that was the training of the crew. So the Spirit of Norfolk crew took immediate action. They are required to have an evacuation plan. They executed it, but it really was the mariner coordination across the towing vessels as well as the Spirit of Norfolk. So it was the absolute professionalism of the mariners on the water that they got evacuated so quickly today.
How many were on board?
We had 108 on board.
What's the status of the fire on the ship right now?
Chief, you want to talk to that, or you want me to?
I mean, I can
Yeah, go ahead.
So the status of the fire currently is that it's very deep-seated, very complex, and very difficult to extinguish. So we are doing everything that we possibly can right now to cool the hull and to get fire to the seat. To get water to the seat of the fire in the engine room where we believe it possibly started. So we're still working that piece right now, and hopefully we can have it extinguished within a few hours.
I'll just continue with that. Talk about the difficulties of putting this thing out. This thing has been going for, I want to say, 6 hours at least, and still, you guys are still working hard at it.
Yes. So, all fire departments, we kind of take a risk management approach. And being that we have safely evacuated everybody from the vessel at this point, and that we have no injuries currently to any responders, we would attempt to extinguish it from the outside due to the nature of the fire, where it is located, and the fact that there's so much water on board right now that it is listing slightly to the port side.
How, obviously we're over here, it's way over there, we can't see the inside, but how salvageable do y'all think the boat's going to be?
It's too early to tell until we can ventilate and get a lot of the smoke off the vessel, and then go ahead from there and determine what the extent of damage is.
Are you just using water or are you using foam right now?
Both agents.
Any other questions?
If someone wouldn't mind speaking to the fact that the Victory Rover was a huge player today, and that's not a part of any agency. They just, Good Samaritans.
Yeah, I can take that.
Someone mind speaking to that?
So I'll just, professional mariners, they're on the water and they save each other. So this is not atypical for mariners to help each other in need. I think we're, again, just very fortunate they were in the area and they responded. That's what this community does. That's what these mariners do. Commercial mariners understand the risks that are involved on water. And when you say there's a vessel on fire with people on board, everyone's going to surge to the area to help. So it was a call that went out over the radio, and assets immediately responded.
I have a question, I don't know who to direct this
We'll
to.
do
maybe.
one more question and then we'll have a
Okay,
statement.
I just wanted to see if anybody could speak to kind of, we're watching the Spirit of Norfolk over there, the kind of the history and what this boat kind of means to the community. I was looking at some of our old stories we've covered.
That might be for
That would be,
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
that would probably you.
that would be me. My name is Jolene Price Thompson. I'm the general manager for City Cruises. Spirit of Norfolk is one of our vessels, and I do have a statement that I'd like to read. Today, the Spirit of Norfolk experienced an onboard fire while servicing a school group of 89 students on board the vessel. Our onboard crew acted swiftly and immediately notified local first responders upon notice of the incident and brought all 106 passengers and crew safely ashore. On behalf of the City Cruises, I want to thank the local authorities, and all are represented here, including the Norfolk Naval Station, the Coast Guard, and our local fire departments for working so quickly to ensure that all of our passengers and crew made it safely ashore. The safety of our riders and crew is always our first priority as we continue to uphold our vessels with a rigorous safety process and protocol to ensure we are meeting the mandated standards. We value our place and the tradition that the Spirit of Norfolk holds as a local landmark within the fabric of this great city. We look forward to welcoming back our guests and providing them with the amazing experiences that we continue to deliver once it is deemed safe to do so. Thank you.
Are you able to talk about the safety training you guys go through? The training you guys are going through for something that may happen like this or anything else in the future?
There is training that is required at all times in conjunction with the Coast Guard, whether it is on man overboard, it's fire drills, that type of thing, and that is something that's done regularly on board all of our vessels at City Cruises.
We'll wrap up with that. I can take any follow-up questions you may have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.